All right, Maribel. So September is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month.
Our KPRC2 community series focusing on Big Love Cancer Care and the services they provide to families facing childhood cancers across the state.
Joining us this morning to tell us more about the great things that they do in our community is Kelly Runkle. Kelly, good morning. How you doing?
Hi, good morning, Owen and Lisa. How are you?
We're well. Thanks for being with us. Can you tell us and the viewers about Big Love Cancer Care and what it is that y'all do?
Yes, sure. Well, Big Love Cancer Care is a small nonprofit organization, and we serve Texas, 8 hospitals in Texas. But the beginning was 15 years ago. So this year we're excited to celebrate our 15 years of service. And it started in memory of Brooke Phillips, a little girl, 5 years old, that battled leukemia for 2 years. And during her hospital stay and many hospital stays and her fight, her parents realized there was immense needs of other families that are battling cancer. And so they just, out of Brooke's spirit and her love for others, and in her memory, they started Big Love Cancer Care, and they basically just want to ease the burden of cancer for all pediatric cancer families. And so over the past 15 years, they've been working really hard. It started really small in Angleton, Texas. That's where their family's from. And the community came together and just, really grassroots, small. And over the 15 years, we've built, we've got over 15 programs, and we serve over 100,000 patients and families every year now. So we've really grown, and now we're in 8 hospitals across Texas. And so we just try to, think of, what the family needs as they're going through their journey, and you try to say yes to as many of those needs as possible.
Yeah, and speaking about that journey, according to the CDC, 15,000 kids and teens under the age of 20 in the U.S. diagnosed with cancer every year. So for parents you've met with through Big Love Cancer Care, tell us more about the journey they're on.
Yeah, so I think we're pretty lucky living in Houston. We've got the biggest, medical center, all of the cancer, everything you can think of in our backyard. And being told that your child has cancer is incomprehensible for most people. And it's just a different journey. You just don't think that kids get cancer until it happens to you or someone that you know or love. And so there's a lot of challenges that the families go through. From most of the time when it's a child, they can't be alone. So they have to have a parent or guardian. So most of the time the family has to split up where, dad or mom has to go to work and the other caregiver has to stay with the child. There's other children that may have to go off to aunts. They can't live at the hospital. So there's a lot of stress financially, emotionally, with the family. And then at the worst time ever when they're battling this disease and you don't know what the outcome is going to be most of the time. So that's where Big Love steps in and just, we help, we know that there's a financial burden. So we will help with financial needs as needed. We provide food. The hospitals, they don't provide a parent meal, they'll provide a patient tray. And so many times the parents have to, run somewhere really quick and get something or have someone bringing them food. And just a healthy meal will make a big difference in your day, especially when you're up all the time with a sick child. So we do weekly wishes where they can get their groceries delivered to them. Parking, just urgent, if there's a family that's in crisis and they need something, the social workers will reach out and we will help with that as well.
That's incredible.
So there's a lot of just so much going on. It's probably the most stressful time of a family's life is if their child is sick and going through something like this.
And it's really just a blessing that you guys are there and what you do. Kelly, how did you get involved with Big Love Cancer Care?
I actually met Big Love Cancer Care 15 years ago when my son was diagnosed at Texas Children's Hospital with leukemia. We were living there and they popped into our room and had some toys and food, and they brought holiday baskets. They were really small back then, so it was really, it was nice. I mean, they didn't have as many programs as they do now, but it was still really nice to have someone, either the volunteers or the co-founders kind of walk alongside you, and they've been there and they know what you're going through. And so sometimes it's not even a conversation, it's just being around each other, just knowing that you're all in this together. So that's how we met. And then after my son, we're very lucky. My son is 22 now. He was 6 at diagnosis, and so it's been 15 years. He's very healthy, and he tries to come to all the Fun Run, all of our events. So Fun Run and disc golf and all the things that he can come to. Our family still supports, family and friends still support Big Love. So 15 years later, so it's fun.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Kelly, what are some ways that those watching can get involved with Big Love Cancer Care?
There's several ways to get involved. So obviously supporting our events and our fundraising events is a big way to come out and then just meet Big Love, see what we do, and have some fun. And so that's the biggest way financially. And volunteering, we need volunteers. With COVID, we've been had to get creative with how we serve the patients because some of the hospitals were on lockdown. They're starting to open back up now, so we're getting in, more volunteers, training and stuff. So if there's a volunteer that wants to be involved and go to the hospital each week, whether it's just dropping off, meals or going and shopping, things like that, we need volunteers for everything, pretty much all of our programs. And then the other way is it's kind of a new program. It's a community partner program, and what we're doing is we're connecting. We get a lot of requests. Families, their car breaks down, they can't make it to their appointments. Something happens, their AC in their house goes out. We're trying to connect community partners with the family. So we've had several people step up. Transmission company will offer to help a family with the transmission. Sometimes it's just headlights, or it's a window unit that needs to be replaced or something like that. And it makes a huge difference to the family because they can't afford to fix that on top of everything else that's going on. So we are looking for family or community partners. So on our volunteer page, there's a button. And if there's a company that wants to come alongside of us and kind of be, kind of in our little Rolodex of who we could call when there's a need. And they can always, say yes or no, but it's a great resource for us to be able to fix, things for the families.
Boy, so much support.
Either at cost or a really big discount.
Yeah, so much support in that community. You mentioned events next Tuesday, October 4th. That's the big fundraiser, right? What's going on?
Yes. So that's our annual Big Day, Big Giving event. And normally we get a corporate sponsor to match. This year, in memory of Vincent Solario. He was a 17-year-old boy who passed away after his battle with cancer. The Vincent Solario Fund has offered to match up to $25,000. So every donation we get that day, it's 24 hours of giving. They will match us, and that can be for any of our events coming up. So our biggest event of the year is our Santa Dash Fun Run. It's in December. It's really fun, little 5-10K. You can sign up for that on that day, and then those funds will be matched. So it's good. And we also have a gala coming up. So if you want to register for the gala or buy tickets that day, that will also be matched.
Man, doing so much good for so many people out there. Thank you, Kelly Runkle with Big Love Cancer Care, for being with us. We do have more details about the Big Love Plus links to donate right on our webpage, clicktohouston.com. Thank you, Kelly. We appreciate your advocacy and everything you provided this morning.
Best of luck to you and your family.
Yes, indeed.